Okay, I gotta ask. Why was a bear fucking a vampire this past week on my social feed? What was going on?
Because players' choice, JP, respect it.
Yeah?
For the record, Chat is the one, well, Chat and Jesse Cox are the ones that made that happen.
Okay.
Made it happen. Made what happen? What part of it? Like made it popular or like spread or
Jesse Cox dropped into my channel after it happened.
Okay.
My Twitch channel. He was in the audience. He dropped into my channel and basically said something along the lines of, "You all can thank me for that scene." And I PM'd him and I said, "What exactly, in all caps, did you mean by that comment, Jesse?" And he sent me a smiling face with horns.
Okay.
He was involved in the motion cap, I think is what he means.
I'm pretty sure he mocapped the bear.
He might have been.
I think Jesse mocapped the bear. I know I mocapped the squirrel. We did 9 takes of me dropping that nut.
There you go.
I think they went with a good one.
Yeah.
But it was I don't know. I think real talk. It was
combined effort.
It was chat led. Chat drove them to that moment. But Sven, we all know you knew what was going to happen when you put that scene up there. so chat led them to that moment. And I'm pretty sure at one point somebody in the audience was yelling for them to select an option, and I wonder if that was Jesse. Like might have been like pick number 1, like that's the bear. So I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyway, TLDR, the Bethesda Baldur's Gate 3 show was essentially showing player choice. It was a love scene between the vampire and the druid, and the druid got excited and became a bear. And then went back to human form and was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. When I get excited, sometimes I shapeshift uncontrollably. I'm so sorry." And then chat chose to respond as a vampire. "No, it's cool. You do your thing." And then the bear said some very lewd lines in response to that, about things being larger in bear form, et cetera, et cetera. And then they leaked out the rest. Funny story. They were also live on TikTok during this, and TikTok has banned Larian Studios from their platform.
China don't want that vampire bear fornication. No fornicating over there. Sure.
Dude, and if anybody's getting people are getting outraged, or I don't even know, outraged, grossed out, whatever you're getting, the negative feelings you're getting for this, it means you probably have never played a tabletop role-playing game in your life, because
correction.
Weird shit happens, dude.
You've never played a role-playing tabletop game with Zeke.
Yes.
I would argue that weird shit happens at every table.
With Zeke.
At least once, until the rules are, until the DM's like, let's not do that again. I didn't enjoy that. Or
funny enough,
let's not do that again. I didn't enjoy that.
There have been multiple public outcries. Specifically, there was a person that was like, "I am refunding my pre-order. I'm not okay with this.
Really?
This is over the line." There's been a few of those. However, I think it is important to point out that I believe that now they have recruited most likely an army of furries. And also, I believe there was at least one person in the Southeast United States that was like, "Wait, I can a bear? What's a computer and how do I get one?"
Yeah. Yeah, he needs it. Or a PS5. That's you know. Oh God! What? Aside from the bear fucking, what else did they show at this whole thing?
Tons of stuff. Yeah. So, man, I will say, one thing that was super unfortunate is they had serious tech issues. The game was running at 15 FPS for the majority of the show, which sucks when it's your last big showcase. They kind of got it working at the end, but it never really looked great.
Oh, that's.
But no, they went over all sorts of things. They went over you're going to be able to respec. There's multi-classing. They went over the difficulties. There's a story difficulty, a normal difficulty, and tactician. And in tactician, they didn't just make enemies have more stats. They actually changed. They went back through all the encounters and changed them. So some of them now have explosive barrels, or maybe they gave scrolls. Or at one point they were like, "Yeah, maybe we gave an owl bear a grenade," and it's I'm sorry, what? Don't do that, please. But yeah, so that was, they covered all sorts of fun things. They announced the Dragonborn race, which looks incredible.
Nice. Okay.
They went over the new character customization stuff, which all looks fantastic. They talked about the monk a little bit. I'm sorry, Bugbear, not Owlbear. Thank you, Bugbear, not Owlbear. Split screen multiplayer, which is super cool as well. Went over like
is that console only, or is that everything?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a new okay, so this is cool. There's an origin called the Dark Urge.
Yeah.
And when in most origin stuff from Larian, you can either have an origin character in your party or play an origin character. If you play an origin character, you're race locked, you're class locked most of the time. You have like a whole backstory, that character has motivations, that kind of thing. Well, now there's an origin story called the Dark Urge, and you can play any race or class with it. And what it does is it's kind of like this evil, malicious spirit that lives in your head, and you randomly get like dialogue options and stuff to enact on it. So what they showed, for instance, is in the main game, like this portal, you're walking down the road and this portal appears and this guy puts his hand out and you can grab the hand and help pull the guy out. And that's one of the origin characters. His name is Gage or something. He's like a wizard guy. Gale. His name's Gale.
Okay. Yeah.
And they showed the Dark Urge. And when the hand came out of the portal, the guy that was playing Dark Urge walks up and it's like, the very first option was like envisioning ripping this hand from its stem. And then the guy clicked it. And of course, Amelia Tyler in all of her amazing glory then narrates this thing where it's like you lean back and envision ripping this hand from its stub, blood splattering all over the place. You come back to reality to realize you enacted on your dream. And you actually get the hand of this character and the guy is like, oh God, what have you done? And the portal disappears.
Oh shit, that's cool.
And you get his hand in your inventory.
Huh.
So apparently like now what's super cool, and I'm going to put up my spoiler hand for a second. This is a Baldur's 1 and Gate 2 spoiler.
Okay.
There's a big thing about Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is that you're this thing called a ball spawn, which is essentially like the unholy union / son of one of these dark gods.
Okay.
That's like a big theme in the first two games. And a lot of people are thinking that origin story might actually be this game's version of that. So you can be the same type of character that was in 1 and 2, like as your own design character in this game. That turns out to be the case. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's
and they even said, like, even though you're getting all these dark urges and dark emotions, you don't have to play bad. Like you can ignore them, you can wrestle with them. There's like this whole thing about it. So I will say, I think it'd be very fun to do like a dark / evil playthrough where you force yourself to give in to the urge at all times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd kind of guarantee this very creatively dark playthrough from the looks of it. But yeah,
awesome.
all in all, it was the last panel from Hell, and they did a great job, and it was really, really cool. And of course, they've announced the game now comes out at the end of September, which is just mind-blowingly amazing. So it was end of July.
Yes, yeah. End of July.
Right.
Yeah.
The respec stuff is huge.
So is it full respec? Like full class,
full
race?
Respec. They said, yeah. So what they did is they talked about the respecing because they were talking about multi-classing and they wanted to give people the freedom to be able to like try stuff and see what works. They straight up said like multi-classing will be in the game and you will be able to make a multi-class that essentially sucks because sometimes things just don't work well together. So we're going to let you try that and then respec when you want to do that. Now, of course, I don't think they went into the exact mechanics of how they're going to allow that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you just talk to a person in your camp, and I don't know if it's free, like maybe it goes up a little bit or costs something. But they did specifically say that you'd be able to respec your entire character.
Yep. Cool. Okay. That's great.
And I would assume, somebody said, what about stats? I would assume that means stats as well. As obviously, if you started as a warrior with strength stats and you wanted to respec as a mage, kind of counterproductive if you couldn't change your stats as well.
Cool. Okay. Well, I don't have an actual date to announce, but I shared with you yesterday. We'll probably have Sven on before the game launches, whenever that is. Whenever that happens.
Got like 2 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. But he'll be coming on. I was talking with him yesterday, so we'll have that happen in the next 2 / I don't think they'd want to come on the 30th because the game launches the very next day and early. If that actually happens, I'd be surprised.
It's a little soon, but I would shoot for next week if you could. Like they're going to need as much time as they can get, as soon as we get close to release. So
we'll see what happens. Cool. That's the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff.